I got a special guest on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Dave from Buffalo Sports Chatter. We've had our Twitter account now for about like 4 or 5 years, and yeah, it's just awesome to be on here. Glad we could get this started today.
All right, man. So what I like to do is at the beginning, I like to give my guests a 5 10 minute ether segment. Basically, I let y'all go off about anything you want to. So what you want to get off your chest?
Man, just this. I was just gonna talk about this Bills team, man, because this is impressive. Like, I think everybody, including me, was expecting this to be kind of like a rebuilding year. Just like not like a rebuilding. Like, I still thought we were gonna make the playoffs, but kind of like a retooling. We lost all of like our team leaders from the last year. We lost Poyer,
Uh,
Hyde, Trey White, Mitch Morse, and then Gabe Davis. These guys were all like captains on the team last year, and then you also lose Stefan Diggs, losing all those big name guys that's been your best players for the past like 4 or 5 years outside of Allen and Milano. I don't think anybody was expecting this to be the kind of season that we're having right now. A lot of credit's got to go to McDermott for, just like keeping the Bills culture intact, having getting guys ready to step up in their places. Taylor Rapp, he was our third safety last year. We brought him in on a minimum contract, extended him this year for 3 years on like a $4 million a year deal. And then he's playing at a Pro Bowl level this year. He's been one of the best players on our defense. DeMar Hamlin stepping in, being a serviceable and actually a pretty good starter. So replacing Poyer and Hyde, didn't think that was going to go well, but it is so far. Dorian Williams stepping up in place of an injured Matt Milano, who just came back this past week. Leading, being top five in the NFL in tackles heading up to this weekend. We went out, got Coop to be our ex. I know you. Are you a Cowboys fan?
I'm brown.
Oh, oh, you're a Browns fan. Oh, okay. I
I got how your
assume
state gonna
since.
go.
Oh, I see that. Oh, go blue. By the way, hail to the victors.
Uh,
Um, I thought you were a Cowboys fan because I saw the little thing about the Cowboys. Okay. All right. But you're a Browns fan, so you know about Amari Cooper. But
yeah.
yeah, he's like the most selfless star that you could ask for. He is a great route runner. He's got reliable hands. Maybe not so much in the beginning of this season for y'all, but uh he attracts defenses and he just had instant chemistry with Josh. So, and then we got Shakir stepping up into that main guy role, kind of like the number one. He's got
Uh,
the contact balance and yards after catch ability like a running back. Like it's insane just the way he can bounce off tackles, make a couple moves. His acceleration is nuts and he's got hands of glue. So all of these surrounding pieces you got to give a lot of credits to, but it all starts with 17. You know,
so
he's been he's been limiting all of his turnovers, but he's still making those crazy Josh Allen plays.
you think the Bills gonna become the new Patriots or the AFC East?
Oh, for sure. I mean, at this point, you gotta think about it like that, right? So, uh, the Bills' level of dominance over the Miami Dolphins over the Josh Allen term, I think, what is he, 11-2 against the Dolphins in his career, who's
Mm-hmm.
been realistically his biggest threat uh in the second best team throughout his tenure there, and he's just been dominant over them for his entire career. So you gotta imagine, like, at that point, won the division 5 straight years. It's got to start to feel kind of like a little bit of a Patriots thing. Before we can officially be the Patriots, so we got to get that ring.
Yeah, speaking of the ring,
Yeah.
how long you think? I hope y'all don't become like the early '90s Bills, 4 straight Super Bowls, 4 losses.
Ugh, I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like to be a fan at that time. Like I just missed it, but you know, just looking back at that time, I don't even know what I would have done if the Bills lost another 4 straight Super Bowls. I don't even know how I'd be able to handle it.
I almost made
Oh
a
my
fifth one.
God. Hmm.
That's man, that team was crazy, man. So you think Josh Allen is a potential MVP candidate this year, or you think it's gonna go to somebody else, like realistically?
I mean, I think it's gotta be between Lamar and Josh Allen, and I would definitely give it to Josh Allen. I mean, Lamar's stat sheet this season may look a little bit better
Mm,
than Allen's this year, but last year when Allen had 1,300 more yards and 20 more touchdowns, the stat sheet didn't matter then. All that mattered was the record. So if you're basing it off of last year, and especially with all this turnaround, how we're still 10-2 and already clinched the division in week 13, like
mhm,
you gotta give it to 17 at this point. He's averaging this offense is averaging 30 points a game without a star. Without any sort of star players, like you got all these good players on the offense, but you don't have a true star like you did with Diggs. His miracle plays every week are just, jaw dropping. And this MVP realistically is long overdue. You could argue he should have won it last year, and he had a very good case in 2020, but that was just an insane Rodgers season. So, also, you got the Saquon arguments, right? Like you've heard all
mhm,
those Saquon Barkley for MVP. It doesn't have to be a quarterback to me, but a running back, I don't know. No, I cannot get behind giving MVP to a running back, at least in the modern era of football. It seems to be the most easily replaceable position in football. If you take a
mhm.
league average running back and stick him behind that Eagles O line, he'll probably be top 5, 10 in production. If you throw an average quarterback in, the Bills situation, say like Geno Smith, we're probably sub 500. So that's the definition of value to me.
So let's go ahead and break down the AFC East. So we got your bill. We're gonna
Yep.
start the Bills last. Let's start with the Patriots. Them good old Patriots. they
Oh
send
my.
they send the AFC East at 3-10. Go ahead and give a team breakdown on them. Like what you feel about their team, even though you a Bills fan, like what's your breakdown on the Patriots?
They're the biggest threat to the AFC East in the next couple of years to us, I think. They've got they got Drake May. I think he is the real deal. He is a franchise quarterback. I was at the draft last year in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and once the Commanders picked Jaden Daniels, I knew May was going to New England, and I was just, man. And when they announced the pick, I was like, damn it, damn it, damn it, just because, it's the same. He is the truth, and then they'll build the team around him eventually. He's looking very impressive with absolutely nothing around him. A horrible offensive line, a horrible wide receiver room. And he still looks like a very good quarterback. Once they start to build around him, I think the Patriots have a good future. I really do, which sucks to say because they were dominant pretty much my entire life so far, the exception of the last couple of years.
So what made you say they're gonna be dominant the next couple of years?
Just when you got a quarterback like Drake May, I think he's going to be like one of them ones that's at the top of the league. He's
Mhm.
going to be eventually in these like uh Herbert, Burrow kind of discussions. Love like right at the top of that league, like bordering on the top five. His arm strength, his improvisation, his athleticism, and how quickly he's developed his just like reading the field over the course of his last year at UNC, his first year starting in New England. I mean, he's the real deal. And when you have a good quarterback, they're definitely gonna be a threat, especially as he continues to develop.
What did you think was the problem with Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, I mean, he's just very like unspectacular, Like there's the league is sort of fading away from these game manager, sort of like pocket passer quarterbacks, which it seems like he was. I mean, you still can have some, and if the system's right, if you got one of those creative offensive coordinators, like out of the McVay or Shanahan tree or something like that, they can
Mm-hmm.
get the most out of their, pocket passer, just game manager quarterbacks. But I mean, in New England, you didn't really have a good play caller. You didn't have good weapons surrounding him. You didn't have a good offensive line. It was just a recipe for disaster there. But now they got their quarterback, so.
The Patriots, in my opinion, Patriots always been known for their defense, especially during the Belichick era. So I feel like if they
Yeah.
want to become dominant again, which I hope they don't, because oh my god, they want to become
Yeah.
dominant again, they're going to have to get their defense up. Now, I feel like the Patriots are, like you said, they're more offensive minded, but at the same time, they always mainly been defense minded. And Brady, in my opinion, is always like a game manager. He could just control the flow, but really was up to the defense to get the stops. That's just my opinion, but we go from the Patriots because this not ESPN. We're not about to be talking about them all day. We got some good old Jets.
The Jets, man.
Go ahead. What's your breakdown?
I I was in on the Jets this year, honestly, before the season started. I thought they were going to be legit, but this could not have turned out worse. They mortgage tons and tons of their future. Just trying to go out. They're an old, old, old team right now. And it would have worked if they would have been good, but now they suck. Rodgers, I think he's probably going to retire after this year because I don't know how much his ego can take of another year or something like this. You give up the draft capital for Devonte Adams, which guaranteed it's not much, but then you got him under contract for the next couple of years, and then without Rodgers, that's just more chaos in the locker room. And they're just so, so old that it's going to take them years to recover from this, Rodgers debacle that they've had. What do you think?
The Jets problem is they just the Jets. I've been roasted. Well, you ain't been on my page. No, I've been roasting them for a while now because they just always doing dumb stuff, stupid trades. Like I know my Browns be effing up, but just y'all be picking up 80-year-old quarterbacks. Y'all be getting vets. I think the only reason the Rex Ryan era worked is because like LT and Reeves, he still had Reeves, LT, and come on, AC. Well, yeah, the defense side. It
Yeah.
was and Mark Sanchez, even though he know for the butt fumble and whatnot, he still could manage a game. So the problem was they see the Rex Ryan era work with that, but you're not getting a Rex Ryan head coach. Saylor was just now getting young draft prospects and people coming in like the Georgia boys and whatnot. And then you just walked him out like he was a prisoner. They did say, man, they did it. Robert. I'm gonna call him Robert. They did Robert dirty, man. Like
They
they
did him
got
so
fight.
dirty. He was a good head. I wouldn't say he was a good head coach, but he was one of the best defensive minds in the league. That defense has taken a huge toll since he's left, and honestly, so is the team.
You could have left him as head coach and be like, man, we know you not really. I don't know if he can do offensive play calls or not because the narrative is you a great defensive minded coach. Man, we gonna put you with we'll go pay top dollars to go get a top offensive coordinator, and then you'll be good. No, y'all. I hate when coaches start getting good players, and then you just get rid of them. Like you just start getting me pieces I can work with. Because when they first hired him, Jess was come on now, they
Awful.
was just garbage. now you
Awful.
get him. Now you get him a little pieces he can work with. You get him some more down. Robert Saleh fired. They walking him out there like he was a prisoner or something. Then
That was crazy.
they did him dirty, dirty.
Hmm.
Then they fired the GM general manager. Then Aaron Rodgers acting like a diva. I just did pod on him last time. He acting like a straight queen. Like, dude, why you we're gonna move on from the Jets. We could be okay. What you feel about Miami?
I mean, Miami, they've got to just invest in the non-flashy players, like you go out and every pick is like speed on the edge, speed at the wide receiver room, speed at the running back room. I mean, I feel like that offensive line has been so bad almost to his entire career there. And they had one good season and then they let all of them walk. Uh they let Robert Hunt walk. They let Connor Williams walk after this year. I mean, you go out and get Teron Armstead, sure, and he's been probably the best tackle in the league besides Trent Williams when he's been healthy, when
Mm-hmm.
he's been in Miami. But they've got to start. just like investing in some big guys. You know, if they don't do that, like they're never going to be a serious team to me. At least I don't know. It's Miami. Miami's just ugh, it's so frustrating because they've got all these star players and they should be good, but then you don't want to pay Robert Hunt, you don't want to pay Christian Wilkins, you don't want to pay Connor Williams, and then the decline, had to expect it. What do you think?
Problem is with them is I'm gonna say it's Tua. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't never had high hopes for Tua. Like Tua just was never that dude. They need a Lamar Jackson type quarterback. They need a quarterback with y'all. Miami offense is like a college offense. You got a bunch of you got O-line that's kind of athletic, but they not really. They just a bunch of big boys that just there. Okay, cool. You got fast tight ends, fast wide receiver. Your slowest receiver is running a 4.2. Your quarterback should be running the minimum 4.4. You get a Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson type quarterback on that Miami team. Oh, they putting on 40 every game. But when you have a quarterback like Tua, who they knew he was injury prone when they drafted him. I already knew that wasn't gonna work because the type team Miami was building, they're like a high power offense. So you got somebody like Tua who can't run a lot. He really a pocket passer, but he can barely move. It's like he get touched like this, he gonna fall off. But anyway, basically, that offense is not built like for the long term. It's built, but you don't have a quarterback.
Right. No, there's a ceiling to a team with Tua, his arm strength is very unimpressive. He's pinpoint accurate. I will give him that. But like to fit balls in, like on the outsides of the hashes and stuff like that, he can't do it. He can't do it.
Then the defense side of the ball. I feel like they pulling the New York Jets move. I feel like y'all got some young guys. Y'all not gonna pay them. Let's be honest, Miami. Y'all just got them. Okay, cool. But what's his name? What's the corner dude?
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey. You got players like Ramsey who over 30. Like Ramsey, we know he kind of ego. He got a big ego, but let's just be honest. But he getting old though. I think y'all putting the New York Jets. Y'all saw a lot of big name old veterans. The Rams did this, but the Rams only was successful because they still had young dudes in their prime, like Aaron Donald and Ramsey and all them. So it kind of worked.
Right.
And Cooper Kupp, they was Robert Woods, they was still young players, and Odell. Well, Miami defense, y'all got a bunch of young guys that y'all not going to pay. I'm calling it now. And y'all got a bunch of old heads. Okay, but you're not winning though. What's Miami record? Like 5-7, something like that?
Yes, something like that. I think.
Like, what you feel about Miami defense?
It's you got the edge rushers. I mean, they've invested heavily into the edge, and they've all been these just like quick, fast, speedy edge rushers like Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Chop Robinson in the first round last year. It's the same kind of feel as their offense. You got Jalen Ramsey. I mean, just all these star players, but the I don't know, the big guys just aren't there, or just kind of like the leaders. Like you got edge rushers and you got a corner. Sure, it's a great start. Where's your D tackles? Where's your I mean, they signed David Long, and that they ended up releasing him at the middle of the season. He looked great in Tennessee, and then he just fell apart in Miami. And then, I don't know. I feel like they made a huge mistake this year with their defense letting Christian Wilkins walk. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that they refused to pay him. That was crazy.
The linebacker core of Miami, they mediocre. I feel like a lot, like you said, the rushers and the corners, they be covering up the linebackers. Okay, the safeties, they just there to me. Like I feel like once you get, what you say?
I was gonna say you could clearly see this year that Poyer's lost a step, like clear as day. That is bad out there.
It's like once you get past the corners, oh yeah, it's open season on secondary because they just not good. But we go ahead and move on from the eight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I ain't gonna speak on this. What about your Bills? Anything else you want to say about your Bills? Team breakdown.
I guess I'll say one more thing about my Bills. I'll say that I got to give a lot of credit to Joe Brady also this year.
Mhm.
He's our offensive coordinator. He's been awesome with his play calling and ability to just mid game. Like against the 49ers, we had like I can't remember the exact stat, but it was like 10 of our first 15 plays were out of shotgun and it wasn't working out because of the snow. Because like you were trying to move laterally and then cut up. So we ran the rest of our plays out of center, out of under center, and took off right after that. It was just these sorts of mid-game adjustments, and he's setting up a lot of play calls for these like huge important moments. Every first down against Kansas City for the first 3 quarters of the game, he was running the ball on first down every single time, and it wasn't working out, but he stuck with it, and it set up the play action on the entire last 2 drives that got us two touchdowns. So he's just setting this stuff up throughout the game. He's been incredible. He's been helping Allen a lot, and you got a reliable running game behind Josh with perfect complementary football. You got James Cook. He's a stud, right? He's a
Mhm.
beast. He's kind of like your lightning guy, right? And then you got Ray Davis. He's thunder, and then you got Ty Johnson, who's a third down back. He's one of the best pass blocking running backs in the league, and he can catch the ball. And when he runs, man, he runs hard and angry. Like he doesn't even, he's like a one cut guy so fast, just straight through the hole. I love those guys. It's awesome. This offense is perfect. So is defense. I love it. This team is the best, most fun Bills team I've ever watched.
All right, we go we gonna see how the Bills end up doing, but let's go ahead and move on all the way down south to good old Texas. We're gonna talk about the Cowgirls, aka Cowboys, and the Houston Texans. So let's go ahead and start. No, this is not ESPN. We know about do Skip Bayless, Stephen A. We going straight to it. What you feel about Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott future with the team?
Don't really have a take on Mike McCarthy, honestly. I mean, it seems like more of a Jerry problem. The off-season Dallas front office didn't really give him much of a chance with kind of like a refusal to spend money. You could scrap McCarthy, obviously, and go get Ben Johnson or someone younger from like the McVay or Shanahan tree, and he'd probably benefit from it. But it really doesn't seem like a Mike McCarthy problem in Dallas to me. I know that's kind of against the grain of like the national media, right? They're just like fire Mike McCarthy, fire Mike McCarthy. But he does have that locker room, so that's an important thing to consider. What you think? What do you think about Mike?
I feel like Aaron Rodgers was good at playing the media games, and he still is. So I feel like I feel like him and Aaron Rodgers is focused on that one Super Bowl they won, but y'all supposed to win that Super Bowl. Like, did you see that Packers team that year? But anyway, so I feel like he got the Doc Rivers effect. I feel like Mike McCarthy or Jerry is focused on he won Super Bowl back with Aaron Rodgers, who won 3 MVPs, and that's like 80 years ago. We talking about now. Like, what he done did in the past 3-4 years. I don't care about what he did 20 years ago, but
Right.
Mike McCarthy, I feel like you can get you another job. You can be. I feel like your days as a head coach is coming to an end, unless the Jets pick you up because they the Jets. But other than that, you could be an offense. He could be a high paying offensive coordinator, but come to head coach, it's over, man. I don't even want to be a head coach nowhere. Like, come on, Mike McCarthy, you just need. I feel like you just need to take a step back. It's like I already did been there, done that. But Dak
Yeah.
Prescott. Dak is one of them type quarterbacks. You always got some couple of quarterbacks every era where it be like, you not trash. You got the potential to be great. But it's like you always just he got
Yeah.
it's like a love-hate relationship with Dak. It's like you want him gone, but you don't. It's like you want him on I feel like you want him on another team. But at the same time, you looking like, bro, I think you just need to be I think your days of starting is over because I think everybody's still hyped up about his rookie year. Yeah, rookie year, they went what?
They were
Champion
13-3.
Yeah,
Uh, Lost
championship
to the
game.
Packers. Lost to the Packers in the divisional.
Yeah, okay, divisional. Okay, then a couple years you be making to the, but you haven't made a championship game yet.
Right.
If I'm mistaken, somebody let me know because you be making it to a
No,
divisional round, but you all and then it's like when you get to a divisional round, you have the James Harden going on. It's like you throwing pick sixes, you fumbling, you trying to scramble like you Lamar, but you not. That's not your game. So I don't know why you want to run. You and Zeke be ego tripping on either it's gonna be a pass or a run play. Like y'all just be going to like it's like you and Zeke want to be the man instead of just playing like just keep doing what y'all been doing. It's like the
right.
closer y'all get to the Super Bowl, you can see if you look at the Cowboys offense when they get towards the playoffs, it's like him and Zeke, I don't know, they be talking in the back. It's like they start running more, even though the passing game been working. Then they want to start passing, even though the running game been working. Like just it's like I don't know, y'all too ego shit. Y'all letting the media get in y'all heads or what? But yeah, Dak Prescott, he a love hate relationship. What you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like he's obviously their franchise quarterback. I feel like, he's established himself as that guy this year. I feel like the front office kind of failed him. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't get him a running back to balance the passing game with. Like Dowdle is fine, I guess, but he's far from like a feature guy. Pair him with like a power back that isn't what 29, 30-year-old Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you went out and you lost Tyron Smith in free agency, and then you draft a tackle who's only played right tackle his entire college career, and then expect him he's just this ginormous human, and you expect him to just shift to the blind side with no problem. No, he got Dak killed this year. You have a bad wide receiver room outside of CeeDee Lamb. Like, he was set up for failure this year, and uh, I still have a lot of confidence in Dak. I think he is one of the better quarterbacks in football, certainly in my top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like he's been he's been failed by Dallas, and so is Mike McCarthy, just by the front office. They just make stupid move after stupid move every year.
That's why I said if he was on another team, yeah, it feel like you reach potential, but it's like because Jerry always be running that mouth. Cowboy fans always be running that mouth. Like that is like it's like a love hate with him. It's like, dude, I don't like you because the team. I don't like you. It's just team you play for. But
Yeah,
I know you got the potential to be good. But it's like once after that rookie year, it's like all that talking start going on. I be like, man, look, a lot of people don't like Dak. I don't know why. They like personally don't like him. They don't, I keep it. You see, I be trying to keep it football related. They be on some
right.
like they just don't like that. I don't know what, but I don't know. But let's go ahead and move on because that's not ESPN. We ain't gonna be talking about cowgirls all day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some Skip Bayless for. It's another It's another team in Texas, Houston.
Hmm.
Court outside linebacker. How you say his name? Aziz.
Aziz Al-Shire.
Aziz. Yeah, he suspended 3 games for a legal hit on Trevor Lawrence. And what you feel about before we talk about the GM? What you feel about that? You think it was valid? Or you think the media hyping it up, or what? What you think?
Uh, so I saw a tweet from Joe Thomas, and it was talking about having sympathy for defenders in situations like this. Certain quarterbacks are ruining player safety for other quarterbacks and abusing the system. Like, you think about Mahomes faking going out of bounds and then taking up 15 yards at like up the sideline, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
defender who had a shot at him, but he lets up because he thinks he's going to run out, and then he just kind of goes in, out, in, and then out. You know, so QBs, the league needs to fine or penalize QBs for doing stuff like this, because if you go after a sliding QB, you're flagged, fined, and suspended. If you don't, then they just go pick up extra yards. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't that instance, I don't think, because you know Alshire did everything you're not supposed to do. There was like 7 yards of a gap between him and T-Law when T-Law started to slide, and then he led with his head, left his feet after he was starting to slide and led helmet to helmet. Suspension's deserved, but the league also has to do something to stop this from happening in the future by not allowing these quarterbacks to get away with this bullshit fake slide or fake go out of bounds, like Caleb Williams. The Lions cracked Caleb Williams for doing something like that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I seen.
Mm-hmm.
League always has the problem. I call it the Brady rule. Remember, you couldn't touch Brady, and that's valid. The NFL fans who go watch this valid. You could not touch Brady. If y'all was there, you sneeze on Brady, 15 yards. Like, come on, man. Like,
oh yeah.
I call it the Brady rule. Like, it's just like Mahomes. You can't touch Mahomes. I know you up here, but
you can't touch Allen. You can't touch Allen either.
Yeah,
he's a flopper.
What's the other one? Matthew Stafford. I don't know. It depends on who he playing, but Matthew Stafford. It's like a handful of court, but you can touch Lamar though. Lamar, Caleb Williams. Who else? That's another court. What's the one who played for Minnesota?
Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold. Yeah, Darnold. Too. Like it's like that. Depending on who playing. Aaron Rodgers, you can't even breathe on him. They be $20,000. Stop. Some acting like these dudes just like, are they models or are they football players? Like, I thought that's you can't touch models, but do these dudes be posing on the field like what? like they be hitting like we hit. They run like we run. They don't want to get hit. Stop running. Just fall on the ground. They be running like those be really thinking they Vic out there trying to get 30 yards. Like, you're not Vic. Just sit down. Like,
yeah.
But
that's the one thing I will give Allen, and compared to these other ones, like if you hit him in the pocket, he'll flop for the roughing the passer, and he'll get the call because he's a superstar quarterback, which is funny, but it falls in kind of like the Mahomes and stuff like that category. But if he's out of the pocket and he's running the damn ball, he will run through your chest, like he is not sliding, and he won't complain if he like slides late or anything like that and gets hit, because most of the time he won't slide. He'll run through your chest. He won't fake go out of bounds. He'll let you know he's still running. So I respect that out of him, but yeah, he does flop in the pocket a lot, and it's nice getting those calls sometimes.
It's like Mahomes, Allen, Rodgers, Stafford. It's like, man, just stop, man. It's the Brady rule. We know what it is. Them y'all money makers, y'all think, because NFL losing viewership just like the NBA, but that's another part. But them y'all money makers, them the ones who do all the endorsements, advertising. Okay, but when they get hit for real, don't be. Yeah, I feel like this is what I don't like about the Jaguars. They so weak for this. They was like, okay, so we both know. Do you really think Trevor Lawrence really that injured? Well, he can't play.
Do you think? I mean, yeah, he's definitely concussed, but IR is kind of crazy. I don't know about the IR. That's just a way of making the league feel guilty and tanking for a better draft pick because they're already out of it. So
y'all 2-10. Y'all trying to get rid of Doug Peterson for, I really only think Trevor Lawrence that dude, but whatever. Y'all was like, okay, we gonna use this as an excuse, put you on IR so we get that number 1 pick. Man, stop. Y'all, y'all like exactly. We see y'all like, ain't nothing wrong with Trevor Lawrence. Let's just be for real. They about to trade him. Let the Jaguars get the number 1 pick. Don't tell me they ain't getting no quarterback. Please do not, man.
No, they're going after Hunter or something like that.
I want to see who's gonna pick up Shador, man. I'm just the Browns better not draft, man. Look, Cleveland, don't do it, man. Just don't do it. Like,
I think you guys are going quarterback. I think you guys are gonna go like Cam Ward or something like that. Maybe Shador.
Oh yeah, that Miami quarterback. Oh yeah, he good. He mobile. Like I get Russell Wilson on him. He got the speed of Lamar, but the way he plays like Russ.
Yeah, No, I hear you. He is just so calm and relaxed in the pocket. He throws it on a friggin' rope. He's got an incredible arm. I haven't really looked into the tape on him yet, but like just watching the games like on TV is
Mm-hmm.
impressive.
Like Cam Ward, man, that dude. I remember the first 2 years with Miami, he was carrying that offense. Let's be for real. They good now, but the first year he was at Miami offense, didn't nobody expect Miami to be top 20, top 10. Like that Miami team, like let's be for real. He basically done made Miami relevant again. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about Miami Hurricanes?
Yeah, no, it's been a long time
It'll been
since
like a
anybody talked
decade.
about the U, at least in football, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it been some.
But yeah, they did a friggin' great job getting him out of the transfer portal this year. Like he was dying over there in Washington. What was it Washington State that he was at before last year? I can't remember.
I thought he was
It was
always with
something like that.
Miami.
No, 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 no. He just transferred either this year or last year. I think it was Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead. So let's say we talked about this earlier. Who your let's say top five. You ain't got to have five, but who your top five MVP candidates? We know Josh Allen #1. So
I I'd put okay, let me think about this for a second. So Allen's at one,
mm,
Lamar's at two. At three, I'd probably go Goff. Four, Darnold for kind of doing what he's doing in Minnesota right now. And
mm.
then I guess I'll put Saquon at five, even though I don't like the running back MVPs.
you think Saquon doing better than Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I've never been a Jalen Hurts fan. I really haven't. Like, I've never seen he had a good season the year they made the Super Bowl, but his just watching him is so unimpressive to me. I'm sorry. I'm a Jalen Hurts hater. I really am. I just don't see it. Their fall off last year, I think that was fully Jalen Hurts.
I don't see you in Trevor Lawrence and a few other dudes. We all got them quarterbacks. Like it's just I
Yeah.
just be saying it. Like yeah, they be putting Trevor Lawrence on this hype train. I be like, Clemson defense was balling, and he still had little pieces of what Deshaun had. Cause when Deshaun actually was carrying Dabo and them, cause that team was full of freshmen and sophomores with Deshaun. So by the time what's his name? Trevor Lawrence, they was all junior seniors and they already made championship games. So that was more of a seasoned team. So it just looked like Trevor Lawrence was doing the thing, but though, like, no. I just don't see why you don't see it in Jalen. Like what's that? Why you don't see it in Jalen?
I don't know. It's just it feels I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm just underwhelming arm talent, reliability on the run game, turnover prone. I mean, Josh is turnover prone, but like it's the Jalen Hurts' turnovers are bad. Like they're really bad. I don't know. Just whenever I watch the Eagles, I don't know. I can't. It's not something I can explain. Like I can explain my takes on a lot of quarterbacks and stuff like that. I just can't explain my Jalen Hurts just like dislike. I just watch him like this just doesn't look like a superstar, like he's like considered to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater.
Who your favorite college team in football?
Michigan, Michigan.
Man, let's get real. Let's get real.
That's where I went. So
Oh, you went to Michigan?
I went to Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. I can't believe they lost to man. How Ohio State? Did you watch that game? I did.
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what was Ohio? Was it the defense or the offense for Ohio State?
It was. Did you watch the game or no?
I thought we about to blow them out. I'm just waiting on the
Oh
play.
yeah, I thought so too. I mean, Will Howard just didn't look good. Both defenses look good. I mean, Michigan defense has still been like a top 25 unit this year,
Yeah.
but uh I don't know, missed kicks and bad turnovers from Will Howard and stuff like that. I don't know. That just seemed like the story of the game. And then just Michigan just making the right plays at the right time, picking Will Howard off at the goal line, uh,
I think
picking
that.
Will Howard off at the other goal line,
I think that one.
getting that 3rd and 6 run by Khalil Mullings, to just put us right into field goal range, and then just basically just get to salt the game away after that. And it is a Ryan Day thing too. It really is.
I'm not Ryan Day, man. That dude, like, bro, like. I ain't gonna, but Will How I still want no quarterbacks. I don't know. He just got. I believe he just on stacked team, man. Like I just. Do you see it in Will Howard?
No, no.
Nah, you
I
talk
think
about
I
guy,
think
man.
I think you had it better last year with McCord than you do this year with Howard.
McCoy. Which one is that? Is that the one that played for Texas?
No, he McCord was your quarterback last year before Howard, and
I
he
ain't watch that at
transferred to
all.
Syracuse.
I ain't watch that at all last year. Like I don't know, but ever since
Gotcha.
Urban Meyer left, and no, last time I was watching Ohio State is when Justin Fields was there. After that, like, what's the Texans quarterback?
The Texans, Stroud,
Yeah, yeah. I ain't watched
Stroud.
none of Stroud. I ain't
Mm.
watching like ever since Justin Fields left and Urban Meyer and them. Like I just haven't watched. It's just like ever since we lost that game to Clemson, I just been done because Ryan Day, like, dude, I don't know what plays he was calling. I just been done. Like, what was that 3 4 years ago? I'm telling you, ever since Justin Fields, man, I ain't been watching. Like, I just been done. Like, cause like Ohio State was known for getting these 4 or 5 stars. Cool, but it's like some of them dudes they be getting. I just be like, really, like. How 5 star where? Like what? Who be rating these dudes? Do you know that? Like who rates players?
Oh, I have no idea. It's just like the 24/7 committee. I don't know. Like they just get assigned stars, I guess. I don't know, based on scouts. I don't know. I don't
They
even know how that works. That's a good question.
they on some Illuminati type stuff. Let's just keep it real. Look, man, it's so much net. You believe it's a lot of nepotism in sports?
Oh yeah, definitely. To a certain extent, but yeah,
What you mean?
for sure. I don't know. Like you can only get so far uh off your name, but it certainly helps you get the opportunity when you probably wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. I don't know. It's not enough. Nepotism isn't enough to make you last, but it's enough to get your foot in the door. That's what I
That,
think.
you see LeBron did with Bronny.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He got him some playing time in the beginning of the year. He got him drafted, and maybe he is worth it. But I don't think any other person, putting up Bronny could end up being a good NBA player. He really could. But I don't think you're taking the shot on, you know, Jack Thomas or something like that, who's putting up those like college numbers, you know?
Huh?
So
It's just like nepotism. I be going through it. Well, you know you better than the next person, but because they daddy did, they mama did this, they grandpa did this, you get effed
hmm
over and passed over. Okay, I don't experience that, but it comes to a point now in society where it's like a lot of them grandparents and the mamas and daddies is dying off, and they leaving their kids in charge who don't know what the f they doing. So you got people like us who we just gotta be dealing with that. Then they always want to be playing the victim. Like, dude, nobody got time. Like, you be going through that.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like it's definitely, kind of like an uphill battle. You got to work twice as hard, man. You got to work twice as hard to just get the opportunity that some other people get. That's how it is.
So yeah, anything else you want to get off your chest? You definitely, I'm gonna have you definitely back home. But anything else you want to get off
All
your
right.
chest?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I love watching you guys play now. Your Browns play now. Now that it's Jameis instead of Deshaun. I definitely love that. Every game, every minute is entertaining. That game was awesome on Monday night. I
Yeah,
feel bad. I feel bad the way you guys lost it. I would have won a lot of money if you guys won that game. I was in a survivor pool and the guy was again. It's down to two people, and the other guy picked Denver. So
man, you should. Oh, you couldn't pick Denver. He already picked before you.
no, I picked. It was like you know what a survivor pool is or no?
And what?
It-
Yeah, I
In,
don't think.
in, in like football, you like pick one team to win every week out of like all the games, but once you pick that team, you
Uh,
can't pick them again. And then the last person to like stay alive without having any losses wins like a pot of money. Like it was a $25 buy-in, and there was like 100 something people in this pool, and it's down to just me and one guy. I picked Washington and they whooped the Titans. He picked Denver, and I thought I was gonna win just like $750 or no 1,500. I thought I was gonna win 1,500, and
you betting like that?
Jameis. No, not even. Like it's just like a pool, and I just ended up staying alive. That would have
Oh,
been
like,
nice, though. I'll tell you what, that's a couple of paychecks right there.
go ahead and tell them what they can follow you, bro.
Okay, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at ChatterBuffalo. I don't think I have any other social media, so I guess just there. All
All right, man. This is the
right.
TWK podcast, episode 19. We say what you want, how you want, whatever you want. If you watching by now, like, subscribe, comment, retweet, do what y'all gonna do. And y'all have a nice day.
Thanks for